Hello and welcome to 15 Minute Game. My name is Tony and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more videos. This is Escape from Tarkov, my ultimate beginner's guide and things I wish I had known before I started. There's so much, well, when I say there's so much the game doesn't tell you anything. You have to find out all the information yourself. This game is the equivalent of your parents taking you up to the bottom of a mountain, say Mount Everest, and going, "Aye, get on, go and climb that. I'll pat you on the back. Here's the lunchbox. Get up." And you're like, "Eh? How the hell am I supposed to get up? Like, you haven't shown me how to climb. You haven't shown me what to do. You haven't given me any provisions. This is Escape from Tarkov." It does not hold your hand in any way, shape, or form. So what I thought I'd do is a beginner's guide. And I'm about 350 hours into the game. I'm still classed as kind of a beginner. So this is how you start the game, things to do, tips, what meds, how to understand how the basic mechanics work, how to get in your first raid, what to do in your raid, when I'm going to go through the buttons, the controls, where to go, what to look for, where loot comes from, and then after the raid, what do you do with everything. Also in between, I'll do a little bit of chatting and little tips. So yes, when you load up, this is what you get. And you're like, well, what do I do? There's Escape from Tarkov, character, trade, and hideout, or exit. You will have all these on here. You'll also have all these down here. You won't have flea market when you start up because flea market is unlocked at level 10. My account is level 34, so I am in kind of mid game now. Where I'm at is kind of about mid game. So before you do anything, you're gonna go down to this little settings button and click it. You're gonna learn the controls. We're not going to go through these yet. We're going to go through these in a bit. But what one thing is useful is this press type. So see how it says release, press. That means if I press my aim button, which is right mouse button, it will stay in that mode until I click back off it again. Okay, so you can have release, continuous, press, or double click. So I could have aim, I don't know why you ever would, but you can have a double click. Lean left and right is Q and E. I have that as release. So what happens is when I press E, it leans and stays leaning until I press it again to come back. So that's what I have. Down here, you have your mouse sensitivity. I'll show you how to get that sorted in a later video. I prefer mine as low as possible. I also have my mouse set at about 1000 DPI. So for me, that's how I play the game. I play the game with my sensitivity right down. I've also made notes for this video. This is very unusual for me. I've made notes. Graphics is where you want to go to next. Okay? You want to put your graphics quality to custom. You want texture and shadows to high. You want object LOD quality to 2. Overall visibility to about 2000. Shadow visibility all the way down. You want anti-layers and TA. Resampling 1 times off. You want that off, and that off. You want sharpness around about this level, 1.1, 1.2. And you want all these turned off. Don't ask why, just do it, okay? Just do that. There's the settings you want. Have a look. Game. What you want to do on here is you always show interface elements. You want that up. You want that ticked. You want auto RAM cleaner ticked. And use only physical cores ticked. Again, just do it. It sets the game up nicely for you. FOV. That's going to be covered in a later video. Put it around about 65, 66. FOV in normal games. Higher is better. As a PC gamer, we normally play about 90 FOV. As I'm sure you'll know for anyone who plays first-person shooters. This game doesn't work like this. 66 is around about 90 FOV. So do it on there. Head bobbing, I would turn all the way down as well. Unless if you like head bobbing, but you're just weird if you do. Yeah, you're just very weird. Controls-wise, we had a look in there, but the only ones I've changed is... let's have a look. Seeing where it is. Check fire... Not check fire mode. Where is it? Where are you? God damn it. Anyway, I'll cover that in a sec. Where are you? Check fire mode. Yeah, I thought that's why I changed. Never mind. Yeah, so basically on my mouse I have a few extra buttons So what I've done is, there we go, fire mode, mouse 4, that's normally B, and that just means that I can change my fire mode on the mouse rather than having to press the letter B, because usually my hands are over W, S, and D. B is a little bit out the way, so yeah, that's the only one that I changed. So, now that we're into here, I'm going to talk about a few useful resources you're going to need before you embark on your Skater from Tarkov career. I'll put a link in the description. The wiki is probably the most important. I would guarantee get on that wiki and download all the maps for the game. We're going to cover the maps in a second. Next, we're going to go to character. Bearing in mind, I'm a level 34. Mine will look slightly different to yours. But this is the character screen. We're going to talk about each part of this screen. So starting on this side here, on the left-hand side of the screen, you've got overall. This is your overall stats for your character. These will go up. As you can see, I've done 209 raids. I've survived 53. My survival rate's 25%. I've killed 184 people, or scabs. We'll cover scabs in a minute. That's how long I've been online. I've had the account for 75 days. That's when I came on. What kind of class I am. Again, cover that later on. How much blood I've lost, combat, kilometers traveled, etc, etc, etc. Lots of information on there. And that's how many matches you've survived in a row is your record. So I'm up to 6. Gear is this screen. Health. Cover that again later on. Skills. Skills are in the game, and you'll level up these as you go, and they give you certain buffs and things like that. So, I've got endurance level 7, which means I get an increase in stamina of 14%. I get decreases jump stamina by 7, increases breath holding time by 35%, and decreases breath recovery time by 6%. So all these will go up, and as you play the game, these will go up. So to get your metabolism up, how do you think you do it? You eat and drink. Again, the game does not tell you any of this. You got to do it. So eat and drink, get metabolism. Strength, throw grenades. Best way to get that up. Health, by getting injured and then healing yourself. Memory. That's done by other things in the background. Tension is by searching. Charisma, so you can see there, loyalty rates and stuff like that. Stress resistance, that's when you're getting under fire. So you can see there, decreases chance of getting pain shock and decreases tremor oscillation. And then all your gun skills as well. So you can see there, me recoil, melee combat, recoil controls level 5. So I've got +5 buff on that. Mag drills. That's one that never seems to go up very much, but basically packing mags as you go. Map. Don't worry about that. Tasks. We're going to cover that in a bit. So, this is your main character screen. On this side is all the stuff you can put on your character, including weapons. So, all you do to put something on is click and drag, like that, and that puts it on. Yeah, piece contacts make the game louder. You can kind of hear things, hear footsteps. Tip number 1 for this game, which I'm going to give you. Sound is key. You need to know where people are and what is happening. I wish I'd known this earlier. Guns. Scabs. What they're doing. Where people are. If you can hear where a gun is going off at on the game world, that means you can reposition and move towards it if you want to fight. Or, as I tend to do, reposition away from the fight. Or I can figure out if it's in a building I'm going into, maybe I want to be a bit more careful, switch gun to full auto, slow walk, that sort of thing. So sound is so key in this game. You will get used to it. I'm 350 hours in and I'm still trying to work it out. So it is important. Contacts basically amplify the sound. I always wear them. Always, always, always wear them. Helmet. This will give you certain buffs to armor. So if you get shot in the head, certain helmets will protect you more. You can put face shields on them. You can put night vision on. That sort of thing. Tip number 2. Balaclava. Your face is like a white sheet in this game. It is visible from miles away. If you wear balaclava, it dulls that face. It makes you a bit of a harder target to see when you're crouching or hiding or camping or whatever you're doing. So always have a balaclava. I always do. Eyewear. I just like eyewear. I don't think they really do much. But I like just wearing sunglasses. If I find them in raid, I keep them and put them on. Holster basically means pistol. So I'm just going to open this case. Don't worry, we're going to cover all these things and how to access. And that means I've got a pistol in there. Benefits of carrying a pistol. You might just want to be doing a cheap run, so you might just be, or you've lost all your weapons, that sort of thing. So you might want to get your gun out and just have a bit of a pistol run, have some fun. One of the tasks is to kill 4 humans, or PMCs as they're called in this game, with a pistol. So sometimes it's worth carrying it around. This is the Red Rebel. This costs about 5 million in-game money. But what this does, it means you can extract in different locations on maps. So you have different things you access. It's basically a melee weapon. Along here is, we'll start armbands. So if you're playing as part of a team, put an armband on. It means people can identify you're in their team, so they don't shoot you. What's also handy is if you're fighting someone, if they wear an armband, you pretty much know there's going to be someone else there. Got body armor, which goes in this slot here. I saved some terrible body armor. That body armor there is terrible. It's part of a quest I'm doing at the moment, which is why I have it. That would just go in there. And they all have different stats. Again, covering a little video. Sling, this is your main weapon, primary weapon. I run an SA-58, and it's called BIS because it's pretty much best in slot you're going to get for an SA-58. On back is a secondary weapon. Along here, tactical rigs. I tend to wear armored rigs rather than body armor, because if you wear body armor, then you got to wear a rig as well. I like combining the two. So I have an armored rig, and these are all the slots you can carry things in. So this armored rig has all these slots I can carry things in. Now this 2x2 can only go in a 2x2 slot. I can't put it in there. Certain items are over 2 slots, some are over 1. That can go in there, that can go in there. I'll just click and drag, click and drag. Yep, so that's why I wear this rig, because it's got lots of room and carry lots of stuff in it, me mags and stuff like that. Down here, pockets, 4 slots. You can carry 1 grid items in there. I usually carry painkillers and grenades in there, usually. Backpack, again, comes in at many different sizes. There's so many options. I don't think I have any spare backpacks at the moment, because I'm currently going through a massive upgrade in my hideout, so I've spent all my money. Yep, so some are big, some are small. You can get expensive ones, cheap ones. Again, later video, that's not. And then down the bottom, the pouch. Now, the gamma container is where you can store stuff. If you get killed, you won't lose what is in here. Okay? So whatever you store in here is safe. Now, this causes a lot of issues in the community. Some people love it, some people hate it. Because what it does encourage is people just running into the map with nothing on, no helmet, no contacts, no gun, no anything. Just running in, grabbing a few things in here, and then running out. And they're called hatchlings. Okay? So if you ever hear the term hatchlings, that's what hatchling is. It's basically someone who walks in with just a red rebel, just a hatchet, whatever, and just runs in the map and then leaves. Next bit is your stash. Now, stashes depend on what size of game. You can also upgrade as you go through. So you can buy different levels of the game. And this stash will be like this. So I've got mine organized. I've got some ammo crates, Lucky Scab junk box, which is basically just full of all the junk, med case, mag box. So this mag box here, it takes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 spaces, 2x3. A mag takes up 2. So this thing takes the space of 3 mags. Inside here, if I just double click, I store mags. So you can see there, that thing takes 2x3, but I can get all this. And same as the Lucky Scav junk box, you can see all in here. Here's all the dog tags of everyone I've kind of killed or kept. My first ever kill was this guy here. Rest in peace, dude. Rez is someone I play with. He was a team kill. I still kept his dog tag. Click on them and it tells you how they died. Killed by 15-minute gamer with an AKM. So they're worth it because they're expensive, but worth it. Money case, that's why you keep all your money. Pistol case. And as you can see, you can organize it how you like. And a term you'll learn to use is Tetris. Because you're like, got 2 spaces left, and you're like, right, and you move that there, that there, that there, that there. Items in the game. There are so many of them. If you want to view an item, double click on it, and it'll tell you. So, armband doesn't obviously have that much information. A grenade will have a bit more information. So you can see explosion delay, explosion radius, maximum damage per fragment, fragment count, and it tells you a little bit about it, and its weight as well. Weight is calculated down here. If you go above about 50 kilograms, you're too heavy, and you will start to slow down, and your stamina will drain quicker. So, but again, bear that in mind. And a gun, if I click on there, It gets way more complicated. I'm going to cover that in a later video of what all this stuff means. But you can see its durability. And this is another lesson which I'm going to tell you now. Ergonomics is quite important. That just means how long you can hold the gun without getting tired, basically. Accuracy, the lower the better. Sight and range depends on the sight you've got in the gun. So this gun is up to 800. Vertical recoil, it's best to keep that around about the, well, under 100 would be good. If I look at this AKM, you can see that I've got 60. This is at 70, 120, 168. So vertical recoil is actually better. Muzzle velocity, types of fire, blah, blah, blah. That's all more complex stuff. Don't worry about that at the moment. I'll cover that in a later video. All you do to open that up is double click. Or you can right click and see more options. Discard is something never pressed by mistake because it doesn't go, oh yeah, well it does, but be careful what you discard. But you can see there's lots of things on there. So this gun here, can you see here, it's got a mag in it. If I want to check what ammo it's got in, click on unload, it moves into there. You see that? Or I can inspect and just find the clip on here. There we go. And unload it. Once I've got a clip, I can click on there and click unload ammo, and it'll show me what ammo that gun has got in. Tip number 3, 4 now. Ammo. Ammo is the most important thing in the game. It's much better to have a shit gun but the best ammo than it is to have the best gun with shit ammo. And the reason for that, every single bullet in the game is modeled, right? So this is a little bit more on the advanced side, but just to prove my point, click on there, and I'm going to click linked search. What linked search? It shows me everything to do with this weapon in the flea market. The flea market, you will not get this until you're level 10 now. Level 10 takes around about 4 or 5 hours. Maybe 6, 7 if you're not quite up there yet. New players, it might take you a little bit longer. If I click on ammo here, we're going to cover this in later videos. This gun has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of ammo for it. So it has the BPZ, it has the M61, it has the M62, it has the M80, it has the TPZ-SP, and it has the Ultra Nozzler. If I click on these, it'll tell you here, down here, accuracy. However, what it doesn't bother telling you is how good that bullet is and its penetration. I will, if I remember, put a link in the description. If not, just type in Tarkov ammo chart and you can learn what to do with all this ammo. This is where it gets into the more advanced realms. This gun, I run M80. As I said, if I want to check, I'll just click unload ammo, right click, unload ammo, I'm running M80, put in the gun, gun's loaded. I mean, every single gun has different calibers with different ammos. Some ammo's better than other. Some ammo will cost you a lot of money, some will be cheap, but it's pointless running cheap ammo. Never run cheap ammo. If you want to filter through this, click on here. That'll just highlight all my guns. So if I scroll down, just show there. Click on that. That'll highlight me mags, on their meds, on their food. So that's a way you can filter through your stash. If it's a bit messy, just click on there and it'll show you what you're trying to click on. Up here's your money. These are rubles. These are euros. These are dollars. Rubles is kind of the main currency in the game. Euros don't really use too much. And dollars is mainly for Peacekeeper, who is one of the traders you will come across. And since we've mentioned traders, I think it's important because you want to be going to these traders before you start. And we'll discuss a little bit about the traders. So you have 8 traders in the game. You won't start with Jaeger. Jaeger is locked until you do a scare quest. As you can see here, some have these little crowns. That means I've maxed that level out. So I've maxed out these 3. Fence, always level 1. I don't know if you can actually level them up. I don't think you can. And you can see here, these are all level 3. There's 4 levels in each. And on there. If you're a bit curious, it tells you there a bit of information about them. When you click into them, you'll get presented with a screen like this. Your screen will look a little bit different. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have anything to click on. If I go back, mechanic might have something. No, he doesn't. You'll see these being grayed out, like kind of like sort of blacked out with question marks over it. Everything in the game needs to be examined before you can see what it is. To examine something, just hover over it, middle mouse click. That will examine the item. When you start the game, I advise you, and this is tip number 752, click on it and just go middle mouse button, 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 and go through all the stuff that trader's got in middle mouse. You'll gain XP, which means you're going to skill up. And also you need to know what everything is, because in game there's nothing worse when you pick something like, what's that? You examine it, you might not have time. So on here, that's level 1. So every trader will be level 1 when you start. And this is what you can buy off him. So you can buy AKMs, you can buy Mosins, you can buy APS, which is like an automatic pistol, TT pistol, SKS, etc. Level 2, you can see you can buy a little bit more, buy way more guns. You can buy VSS, which is a cool gun. I like running that. Level 3, as you can see, even more different weapons. You can see they're getting a little bit better. And then top level, as you can see, even more weapons. So you can buy the Ash 12, RPK6, AS Val, different sights. That's a good scope. A lot of people use that. Drum mags. Now, number here is how much that costs per item. This means barter. Click on that, and it'll say to buy that off him, I need to provide him some gunpowder. So if I find gunpowder in raid, just give it to him, and I can buy that thing off him. You can also sell items to trader as well. So click on sell. And all you do is drag, press deal, and you get that money for it. You see the money's appeared there. I'm just going to shove that in there. That's that money done. Now, when we're talking about selling, there is certain things you need to really know about selling as well. I've made lots of notes on this because I said I've been good this time. So, Prapper, he is good for selling grenades too. He'll give you the most money for grenades. He's also good, as you can see here, he sells a lot of ammo. So think about getting your ammo off him. Therapist, she's all your meds. So she'll sell your meds, painkillers, and we're going to cover them in a second, all these sort of things. Some keys in there as well. Therapist normally gives you the best price for everything. So she's always worthwhile selling too, because she just gives you a really good price on everything. Skier basically is the best for attachments. So see this down here? He will offer me 2,747 for that blue laser. If I go on to, say, Prepper, and go down to that item, he'll offer me 2,255. So you can see there, 200 rubles. It's not a load of money, but at early stage, every little counts. So Skier, best to sell your attachments, rigs, and armor to. Peacekeeper does generally give you good prices, but everything in here costs dollars, and he will pay you in dollars as well. So if we look at a pair of sunglasses, he'll give me $32 for these sunglasses. You see I've got dollars. So you can transfer your dollars into rubles and so forth. You can also buy dollars. So, you know, you can buy, there you go. So I click on there. And basically, 120 rubles equals $1. So that's how the economy in the game works. And you see, he's got loads of stuff. He's got loads of cool weapons. I love that weapon. So cool. So yeah, that's what Peacekeeper. Just again, if you need to get the money, do it. Ragman, don't bother selling anything to him. He's pointless. He gives you the lowest price on everything. Mechanic is anything that Skier won't buy with attachments, and he also buys ammo if you're going to sell your ammo at the best price. Jaeger, he's annoying. He is very annoying. He gives kind of middling. Basically, Jaeger and Fence will buy stuff that other ones won't. They'll just buy anything. The prices are rubbish, but they'll buy absolutely anything. Flea Market, we're not going to cover that for a more advanced video. To level up these traders, you will have tasks to do. So you can see I've spent 14.2 million. When you first start, you have to get a certain, this is the appreciation level, kind of like XP you've got with that trader, and you get that by completing tasks. You can see I'm level 34. So what you might have to do is get level 5, get your standard up to 0.5, and spend 2 million. So you might just have to buy loads of bullets, guns, and stuff to get that. And when you hit that, then you'll level up to the next level. Now, tasks are quite important. These are my current tasks. So what a task is, I'm going to show you completed because we're going to go straight up. These are the ones you'll get first off. So what's up, warrior? What's your interest? Cash goods. Prepper will give you this task, and you have to kill 5 scavs at customs and hand over 2 MP-133 shotguns. And there's the XP you get and what you're going to get for it. So you can see you get rubles. You can start buying the AKS from them. You get a pistol. You get a go up 8. And you get 600 XP. You can see there, check and completed. Neutralize 15 scavs on woods. Find us. I hate this task. This is possibly one of the worst tasks I've come across in the game. So yeah, you accept tasks, and when you complete a task, you'll usually get more tasks, and different ones will have different tasks. So therapist, first one you get off her is it's way up there. I don't know why it's not showing the top one, but yeah, you can see there. She gives you loads of tasks as well. Currently, I've got hand over 3 that, hand over Lennox's, and another tip I can give you is certain things have to be found in raid. If this says hand over 3 Lennox skin transluminators in raid, it means you have to find them in the game themselves. Now, these are 1.5 million rubles each to buy. That items case is worth a lot of money, so it's worth getting. But yeah, you can just buy these from the flea market, and I'll say flea market's for a different video. You have to be at level 10 before you use it. So some will say find and raid, and if I look down to the last one I did for this person, what was it? There was one. It wasn't healthcare. It wasn't you. There you go. So this task here, I don't know why therapist was the one to give you this actually, but find in raid. So I had to find 4 car batteries in raids, 8 spark plugs, and then hand them over to her to complete the quest. If you want to know what to keep per quest, again, head on the wiki. It's all on there. I will try and link it if I remember. So that's the traders. So we've looked at character, we've looked at trading, hideout. I'm not going to cover this in massive detail. I've almost completed my hideout, which is I've got no money because I've just spent every living penny on here. Don't forget about your hideout. We're going to cover this in a later video. This can make you money. You can craft things, make things. You can craft ammo. You can craft guns. Sometimes you can carry supplies. You can make stuff, and it's all kind of worth it. So don't neglect your hideout. And I'll just show you one little example. If I click on the lavatory, here you can make bleach. If I right click filter by item, it'll show me in the hideout. It's worth 88888. It gives me 5. All these combined probably cost about, well, you get 5 of them, will cost a somewhat of regions from soap, alkaline soda. We'll make this, and then you can sell that on the flea market and make some money. So, for example, this one here, this takes a while to get. Water collector. It is currently making this water. This water is worth 111,000 rubles, and a filter is worth about 80. So I convert a filter into that, and I've made 40,000 rubles. The intelligence center is currently making these. That's 200,000 rubles. Bitcoin farm. You all know what Bitcoin is, I'm sure. You plug graphics cards in, you get money. So every about 9 hours, I get a Bitcoin. A Bitcoin's worth about 140,000 rubles. You also have a scav case, which is useful. And you unlock as you go through. They'll have certain things attached to them. So it might be get your strength up, pay 40,000, provide some parts, etc, etc, etc. See here I'm constructing a library. That costs 400,000 rubles. And I needed memory skill 8. Booze generator required these materials, and it also required water collector level 3. Water collector level 3 required generator level 3. Generator level 3 required fence level 3, and you get the points. So that's the hideout. Don't neglect it. It's quite important. Now, you're like, I haven't even played the game yet. Trust me, you need to know all this before you jump into it. Next step, we're going to go into Escape from Tarkov. And I'm going to explain what this screen is. Here, you have a scav, you have a PMC. What's a scav and a PMC? The game doesn't really tell you. And it does give you a little bit of insight down here. But again, it doesn't really tell you what to do at all. This is my PMC. That's a scav. What's a scav? What's a PMC? A scav. In the game, scavs are AI controlled individuals within the game. They will roam the map. They look after certain areas. There's sniper scavs that will be up high and will shoot you if you go near them. They can see from quite far. There's normal scavs that will be inside buildings, in key locations. There are boss scavs that are really hard to kill, and if you kill them, you get loads of stuff from them. And there's maybe one. Well, most maps have one. I'll explain that in a bit, though. And you also have player scavs. So player scav is what you can do. These have cooldown timers around about 20 minutes. If you upgrade the intelligence center, it gets lower. It's about 10 minutes for me now because of where my intelligence center is. What this does is you go into a raid. If you die, you lose what you got on you. But whatever you get out of the raid, you get to keep. So if you kill some players, you can keep their gear. You can go looting. You can earn money. This is what I do to earn money. Usually I'll earn between 100 and 200,000 rubles per run. Once you finish, you can sell the gun. You can sell the vest. So if you even just extract as this, and this gun's probably going to be worth 20, 30, 40,000 rubles maybe with that sight. I don't know which one it is. I can't quite see from here. But that's probably worth about 20, 30,000. The vest is probably worth about 15, 20. Ammo. So, you can make, even just running out, you can make about 50, 60,000 on rubles from there. The scav is completely random. You'll start the raid in a random time, a random gun, random armor. The armor might be full, it might be less, you might have less health, and you got different extracts look too, which we're going to cover in a second. So that's your scav. Always worthwhile doing. I would recommend you do them as well. It's a good way to make money, good way to learn the game. But don't rely on them because scavs, I tend to run away from danger with scavs. And I felt I wasn't learning the game, so I don't do as many scav runs as I used to. PMC is your main character. This is the main part of the game. You'll go into your raids and stuff like that. Now, one thing to explain about Tarkov, this is tip number blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what number I'm up to now. Everything in Tarkov has a value. We know that. We covered a little bit before of how much things is. This gun here costs about 120,000 rubles. This helmet here costs about 60, up to 180. They're about 20, that's 200,000 rubles. That's negotiable at 5,000, 1,000, and maybe 4,000, 5,000, 90,000. So there's about 300,000 worth of gear. Bearing in mind every single bullet costs money as well. This bullet here costs 314 rubles per round. So I've got 30, 60, 80. 80 times 300, who knows? It's a lot of money. When you go and play Escape from Tarkov, and this is one of the things, if you die, you lose everything in here. You can insure it. We're going to cover insurance in a second. You lose it all. If I die, I lose 300,000 rubles worth of kit. With 3.5 million, as you can tell, that's not going to leave me with much, which is why upgrading my hideout was a bit like, oh, should I do it? I bought the Red Rebel and upgraded my hideout. I did have 12 million, and I don't have 3. And I will lose all this, or potentially lose all this. So you've got to really think about what you're taking in, and one of my tips I wish I had known before I started, kit to your level and finances. This gun costs 120. I used to have an HK, which is another type of gun, which cost 300,000 rubles just for the gun. The bullets were 1,000 rubles each. The magazine was like 10,000. I ran once and lost about 700,000 rubles worth of equipment. And I'm not good enough to lose that much money. So I basically downgraded my loadout to a this is kind of a mid-range loadout. And now, because it costs about 300,000 rubles, if I lose it, yeah, it's a problem. Well, it wasn't. It is now, because I'm on so little money. But I'm not as bothered now. You can kit yourself out for about 60, 70k with a Mosin, some basic armor, and stuff like that. Before we go any further, I'm going to talk about medication. This isn't a game where one med pack does all. They all do something different. So, The main meds you're going to have, and what I'm going to do is not go on there. I'm going to go on here and drag a bandage over. Because this is what you're going to have access to at the beginning. So we're going to drag you, and you. We'll drag you and you into there. And I'm just going to talk about the meds a little bit. So, meds and keys. We're going to discuss both of these. The basic meds you have in the game are these. These are called cheeses. You'll hear them called cheese in the game. Painkillers, bandages. These all do something different, believe it or not, okay? So what a cheese does is it'll heal up to 50 HP. It only heals HP if I look on health. We'll keep this open as we go. You get 435 HP. Now you can right click use. You can click heal all, or you can click and drag on the area. You have all these areas that can be damaged. The ones you always want to make sure you look after are stomach and head. You can see the head only has 35 hit points. That's why wearing a helmet on it is important, because it can stop you getting killed. Legs have 65, stomach has 70. If your stomach gets blacked out, that's what's called when it goes to 0, you will die very quickly unless you get that healed. And these all do different things. This will just heal XP. So if that was down to 30, put that on, it would heal it back up to a maximum of 50. So this can mainly do most things. So if your legs were on like 10, it would knock you up to 60. Painkillers will basically have a reaction time. I think it's around about 240 seconds. 170 seconds. I knew it was something like that. You get 4 uses out of that. And that'll mean if you're injured, you can get out of danger because you can forget about the pain for 170 seconds. Bandages will stop bleeding. If you bleed, you'll bleed out and die. So you want to apply that. However, you can also get more advanced medical kits. So these are some more advanced. So you got them, you got bandages, you've got splints. Splints will protect your legs and arms, and that's how you fix them up if they get broken. If you fall off a height, you'll break your legs. Put a splint on, it'll fix it. Alu splint is like a army one. You get 5 uses per splint, and again, it's the same sort of thing. It's just a bit quicker and a bit better, and you get more uses. These are all single-use items. Bandages are military bandages, which means you get 2 applications rather than just 1. So you can see there. It takes 2 seconds to use. These take 2 seconds as well. I can never say that word, but it's another first aid kit. So, and then you get car medical kits and IFAKs. I tend to carry, I have painkillers there, that there, and I usually put an IFAK in there. I'll usually carry 2 IFAKs, and then I usually have some sort of medical kit in there. You also get these survival kits. Once a limb's blacked out, you need one of these or a CMS kit to fix it. And that means you can walk properly again. So these are expensive, a bit more mid to late game. But yeah, they're very useful. We'll cover them in a later video, so I'm just going to shove all them back in there. I'll take that just so we can show the game off a little bit. Grenades. Tip number 7052. My voice is going. It's quite early in the morning. Is you can hotbar these. Let me just click on there, and that'll hotbar them. Or hover over it, click on it, and press the corresponding number. So you can see them changing, so you can hotbar them. And what that means is basically, I can just press 4 on my keyboard when I'm playing, and that means it'll give me a painkiller because it's quite important. And I think, I'm looking through my notes, I think we can kind of, that's medication covered, that's a PMC covered, that's a scav, we're going to go in as a PMC. Click next. These are the maps. Now, maps-wise, there's one map, and this is tip number 4,052, is customs. Customs is the map you want to learn. Now, here is raid time. It's 25 minutes. It's easy. Now, easy does not mean easy. I made this mistake. There's no tutorial map, nothing like that. That just means the scavs on customs are currently at an easy level, so they're not quite as dangerous. Still bloody dangerous, but not quite as dangerous. You can see there, it's a breeze, hard, normal, hard, and then you get insane difficulty as well. This used to be insane. I don't know why they've changed it. Weird. Getting a late wipe, I wonder. And that's how many PMCs are on the game. So between 7 and 12, between 4 and 6, between 9 and 12, between 10 and 13, 10 and 14. So you get, that just tells you how many people are. He has the times. So this has a day and night cycle with times. As you can see, the times go on for everything. They're all the same. Apart from factory. Factory is either night or day. There's no change. You either play nighttime or you play daytime. When it says not available, these maps are not available yet. They're coming. Apparently the next one to be released is a Lighthouse, and Streets of Tarkov will follow after that. So the next 2 maps that are coming up. And then we've got Suburbs, Terminal, and Town. So they'll come later on. Customs is kind of the map I would recommend you get used to. Always run daytime for the moment until you get used to it. Daytime runs from about there till about 6. Yeah, till about there. This is kind of where you would start running morning rather than evening. The map will change as you go, so if you run here, by the time you finish the raid, it could be nighttime. So bear that in mind, you'll need night vision goggles or whatever to see. Click next. No map. Now you can buy these maps for around about 10,000 rubles. I recommend you don't do that. In a second, I'm going to show you a map on the screen and show you where to get them and what way best to use them. Click next. We are going to go offline because I just want to show you the game. This is what I'd recommend you do as well. Click there. That means you go offline for the raid. And then you get various things. You can have random time, random weather. Enable PvE, yes or no. You can set a difficulty so you can have it as impossible, random, hard, easy, medium. AI amount as online. You can have enable bosses so you can practice fighting boss scavs. Scav war means basically all scavs kill each other. Tagged and cursed means they'll all come for you. Just because I want to show you the game, I'm going to remove that. Actually, I'll click there and click next because I want to talk about this screen. This is your insurance screen. What insurance basically is, and this is tip number blah 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 7,062,000, is if nobody gets your loot. So if no one picks up my contacts when I die, it means I get them back. So you'll get them back within about 20 to 29 hours. You can use Prepper or you can use Therapist. Therapist is more expensive, like way more expensive. And that's how it works. So I'll show you what that. And all you do is click on it. Click insure. Gives you the price down there. Click yes. That means I'll get that back if I die and no one picks it up. I can also throw that. So if I'm run out of ammo, for example, I could just throw that into a bush and then probably get back. That's called insurance fraud. People do it. You know, I might get this rig, but then find a better one. Chuck that in the bush. Get the better one. All is good. So that is, you're ready to play now. And I'm going to show you what a map looks like. And then we're going to jump offline into a raid. I'm going to show you how to loot, where to loot, how the map works, movement, all the buttons and keys and that sort of thing. So yeah, 2 secs. I've just realized that video was about 40 minutes long. I totally didn't realize. So what I'm going to do is split this into 2. I was thinking like, okay, I cut out quite a lot more, re-record it. No, because a lot of the videos I watched just weren't in depth enough to show you the game. This is an ultimate guide. So I'm going to leave it there. Part 2, we're going to jump in and I'm going to talk about this map, what's on the screen now, what it means, and we're going to jump into the raid and I'm going to cover how to do everything in there. Controls, movement, medding up, that sort of thing. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.